replace him? How does he replicate his performances in games with the players that he's currently got? But we're excited to see what young Jack Farriman could offer.
Well, Bevan French, of course, will slot in at fullback for the next 2 or 3 months. Yeah, the Jay Field hamstring injury. Developing story over the last week or so that he played pretty much an hour of the Challenge Cup final with that injury.
Stop, but I can hear it at your end. So if you just key off your thing now, it should be fine. Have you got me, Simon? Yeah.
So we are about to get underway. Ollie Leyland for the London Broncos. And here we go. Wigan, incredibly, John Wilkin, 500 to 1 on with the bookmakers to win this game.
Yeah, right, and rightly so. Look, we spoke about the quality of Wigan, of the assets at Matty Peate's disposal. As that Wigan team runs across the screen there, you can just see the quality drip throughout it. You know, 7 names missing from the starting 13, and it still looks fantastic, especially the middles. Look, Byrne, O'Neill, Mago, and Semba, Farrell, Ellis, what a pack. Cade Ellis, for me, carries the ball here. He needs more credit. He does an awful lot of great work for Matty Peate's Wigan team.
Well, already an impressive opening set. There is Liam Byrne starting in the front row. Cooper and Luke Thompson rested. And there is Hampshire with the high kick, and it's well taken by Walker, the fullback. And already under pressure, French, as is always the case. That's where they miss Jay Field as well, but Field and French are always first and second, you feel, chasing the kick.
Yeah, they'll miss Jay Field's control as much as anything. Bevan French is a maverick and can create points and breaks from anywhere. Jay Field's found a level of control to his game, of management to his game, that'll be really missed. He's such a quality player, and Matty Peate, as I said, will be just looking to find a combination that works in the coming 12 weeks.
Well, Lovell, that was brought down, and it's going to be difficult, isn't it, for London, already on the last, and they're only, 20 yards away from their own line. Meadows gets the kick away under pressure, but straight to Bevan French, and an early opportunity here for Liam Marshall. We're expecting tries from Marshall tonight, already 21 this season in all competitions. He is the form winger.
Yeah, and that's meat and drink for him. Just for people who don't understand, Wigan suppressing the metres from London means they're kicking the ball from deep. They have to take the tackle to last play. Wigan have their back 3 set, and Liam Marshall catches that on the full. That's a bad cycle to get into for Mike Eccles' team.
December, really been looking forward to seeing him, more of him. What a star in the making he is, Junior and Semba. French again, and Wigan looking ominous. Brilliant to Farriman! Farriman! Oh, what a score! Unbelievable! Jack Farriman in only his 2nd game for the Wigan Warriors. They have high hopes of the teenager, and he has just shown us why. Fabulous solo try from Jack Farriman to put Wigan on the board.
Oh, that'll delight Matty Peate and Tommy Lulawai, the Wigan coaches. When you bring a young player in, you want him to have an impact. You want him to get his hands on the ball early. It's French to Farriman. And what about the awareness to find space? It's poor defence from London, but it's an explosive left foot step from Farriman. We're speaking all the time about how you replace Jay Field and what Wigan will do. Well, what an early contribution. 3 minutes into the game, Farriman on the scoreboard. It's dream territory for the young halfback. Unbelievable footwork. Patience as well, and balance. I love it. There's question marks about the defence. Look, we'll talk about that, but amazing start from a young player. Wow.
Well, he has been doing that, Wigan will tell you, regularly in the reserves and in the academy. They think they have unearthed a real diamond. Well, it was a gem of a try, that was for sure. He made his debut actually in the reverse fixture, and Wigan put 60 points on London. It was a great opportunity for Matty Peate to play him, and again here, Harry Smith, as I mentioned, rested ahead of England's international next weekend.
Yeah, I think Wigan and St Helens consistently bring through great young players, don't they? And that's some start from a young halfback, and he gets to kick his conversion as well. All the points from Farrimond here in the opening 3 minutes. Sensational. Sensational start for a young player. A poor start for London, but the combination with Betfred French was there already. It's French's ball out the back to Farrimond, and the London defence come up and in. It's Kershaw, he can't get there. Farrimond just pops his left foot down, finds space, celebrates that try like he's just won them the grand final, and rightly so. What an amazing moment for a young player.
Well, do you know what? I mean, I think you and I have talked about this. We're really privileged to be able to do the job that we do, and to be able to see these kids at all the clubs coming through, and these young players who the coaches think could be genuine superstars. And Wigan they've been trying to keep Jack Farrimond quiet, but if he carries on like this, Matthew Peake knows what he's got. Wigan know what they've got.
Yeah, and what excites me about this is how seamlessly he falls into the shape and structures of Wigan. It's Ellis to French, and Farrimond just knows how to find a spot. Now, that's instinctive, quite natural for him to just find a slot around the structures that Ellis and French have just been constructing all year. As I said, Cade Ellis is fantastic through the middle, but Farrimond very quickly communicating and collaborating with some very senior players. So we could talk about his footwork and his dynamism. Excellent from him. Scoring a try, fantastic. But it's more the willingness to collaborate with other players around him. That can be the key. The difference between young players making it and not is how well they can integrate with senior players who command possession, who demand possession. You have to find a slot, and he's done that.
Wow, the ball is back. That was well taken by Abbas Miski. He had a foot on the touchline, and that means if he takes the ball with 1 foot over the touchline, that's counted as out on the full, and that means a penalty to Wigan. So already a dreadful start for the London Broncos, conceding a try and then needlessly conceding a penalty.
Yeah, it's cool from Miski though. Smart from Miski.
So a chance for Wigan to go back-to-back here.
Move now, Matt. Back. Hold.
Already scored now 97 tries in all competitions this year. Patrick Mago.
Out now, Jacob, with the ball.
A rare start for him. Hampshire runs into Anabai. Can London survive? Already 6 points down. Mago again. The strength and the power.
Held. Release out 4. Hold. Go 4.
Brad O'Neill does well. Cade Ellis keeps hold of it, but this is the last one. This is where Wigan are very dangerous. Prolific on the last tackle. Farrimond and French trying to find a way through, but that was good defence from London, much needed as well. A bit of steal from the Broncos, and it's 6-0 in Wigan's favour.
Yeah, and it looked for the life that Wigan were going to get over on this left-hand side. They love attacking right to left. Cade Ellis' fumble was crucial because it was all set up. They were ready to pull the trigger on that play. They couldn't get there, and the London defence just reorganised. London's issue is this: getting out of where they are now. It's very difficult against Wigan, who are hyper-aggressive, very structured, very organised defensively. For London to get out the half, they have to rely upon penalties, and Wigan are a disciplined outfit.
Lewis Bierneck does well. They missed him this year, missed the first 3 months of the season through injury. The one thing you can say about London, they're committed. They give it a real go. All right, they may well be outclassed, but they are committed. Good kick downfield. That's a great kick from Leyland. And look where French is picking it up, 10 yards shy of his own try line, but much better set from London. But this is where they're dangerous, coming out from their own line with the pace of French and Marshall and Field that he was playing, Miski on the right. Very dangerous.
That's you, that, Liam. You're hooking him in with the ball. Tackle 1. 2. Move Marcus and square. Hold. Go 2. 3. Out now, Sadiq and square. Back. Hold.
Yeah, just the 4th home game of the season, Wigan.
Lewis, get square.
They've been successful on their travels in the main. Their defeats against St Helens and Hull KR. Here's Mago on halfway. Only his 3rd start in 77 games for Wigan. Patrick Mago, very much an impact player, so he'll be enjoying himself out there today.
Yeah.
Here is O'Neill. Hampshire goes high, and they're going to get in each other's way, and they are. Well, it's a double knock-on. I could see it happening. I really could there. Maludi and Walker, they left it to each other. There was no clear call. And before the ball even came down, you feared that's what was going to happen.
I think the opposite have left it to each other. I think Hakeem Maludi encroaches into Alex Walker's territory, and they both go for it, Stuart. That's the problem. No communication.
No call. No,
yeah, but it's a tidy kick from Hampshire. It splits the two players. You could easily just bob that straight up on top of one of those players' heads and it'd be an obvious catch. He picked the gap, but this is, you know, these situations now, Wigan usually ruthless.
Yeah, absolutely, and Hampshire involved. Fred's good tackle from Kershaw, but already two big errors. The kick-off out on the full, and then the double blunder between Maludi and Walker, gifting Wigan possession. Looking for their second try here. Ellis and Mago close to that line. Anabai in there trying to make the tackle with Bianek. Right in front of the sticks. Brad O'Neill. They've got space on the far side. Ball comes to Miskey. They miss him again. But the ball, I think he may well have had a foot in touch, did he, Abbas Miskey, former London Bronco, of course.
Yeah, it was a huge ball over the top, wasn't it, from Hampshire? And while that ball's in the air, that's why I don't like, unless you can fizz that pass so flat and fast it gets there in time, the defence inside just have so much chance to map off, to follow the flight of the ball. That's what I'm saying. Hampshire, this is a very similar spot to where Bevan French fired it in the World Club Challenge, but it was on the money and it was quick, whereas that floated and just gave the defence time. Miskey's foot just in touch.
6-0, 10 minutes gone. That solitary try for the talented teenager Jack Farriman. Bianek putting in the hard yards again.
I love about Wigan is how they get numbers into tackles. Very often, you very rarely see a one-out tackle.
Oh, nearly an interception by Miskey. And they were taking the gamble just clearly to get away from their own line, trying to clear their own lines. And John said they're just pinned back inside their own half, aren't they? But they're going to get another set now and another opportunity with ball in hand.
Yeah, Miskey finding a nice spot. Really, you've got to come up and in. He was aggressive, and that puts you in a position to pick off intercepts. But yeah, tidy defensive start here from Wigan.
Well, Leeds on that emotional night. A tribute to Rob Burrow, of course, at Headingley tonight. In their full house. They hit the front against Leeds, 6-0. The Rhinos in front.
Wow, do they need that? They need it.
I'll keep you posted with events there. It's been a poor season and a dramatic week. Leyland picks up the loose ball for the Broncos. It was Rowan Smith departing. That burn down in backfield for Wigan. Meadows. Story with the ball. First attack, first chance, first time in Wigan's half with the ball. 11.5 minutes on the clock. Leyland again. Walker. And here is Bassett, does well. Good tackle from Eckersley. He's taken his chance, hasn't he, Zach Eckersley? Playing at Wembley, scoring at Wembley. Adam Kieran still suspended. Up goes the kick towards Miskey. And he normally is safe as houses. And was again, and he's going to get a penalty. London caught offside in front of the kicker.
Yeah, we can't underestimate what Junior Nsemba does here to allow Abbas Miskey to get a clean catch. London were offside as it happens anyway, so we can get the penalty. But Junior Nsemba does an incredible job. We call this an escort in the game, where you run off the chases and just leave Abbas Miskey free to catch the ball. Big contribution from the young back row.
Nsemba, another one who is destined for big things.
Liam Burns back up, it's good to see.
Still looks hurt, doesn't he? Good ball for Mago. Mago's got support from Nsemba. Nsemba, has he got the power? He hasn't, but he's got the pace to put Farriman over. It's a dream start for Wigan. And Jack Farriman is in dreamland. 2 tries now for the 18-year-old. What a night night it's turning out to be for him. Farriman and Wigan, and I think even Matty Peat, the coach, would manage a smile. Jack Farriman, a star in the making, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, he scores the try, Stuart, but the great thing about it was it's the shape around him that sets the try up. He spots the London defence being aggressive, hits Mago on the short ball, and how about Nsemba in full flight? Now that's something to see, not something we've seen a lot of. Farriman supporting the play that he set up himself. I love how square he was, I love the vision, using his big men around him, and Nsemba in full flight. Wow.
Well, it was Adebayo with the missed tackle on Mago. To be fair, Mago just pushed him aside, didn't he?
It's really smart. It's really smart from Farriman. He puts Mago onto the outside shoulder of a defender. Once he spots Leyland being aggressive, Farriman supporting. It's a dream start for him. Not just because he scored 2 tries. I love the way he's got involved in the shapes and structures that we see from Wigan week in and week out, done it so seamlessly. And let's not pretend he's not just come in here from a college team, or he trains with the first team every day.
Absolutely.
Just keep me updated if he thinks he's got
what I like about him, what I've seen, he's got a bit of a swagger. I think as a half-back, you know, you played with some great scrum halves. You have to have a bit of a swagger, don't you?
I think so. I don't know if it's changed. This new generation are slightly different, way more humble.
Up go the flags. Jack Farriman with all 12 points for Wigan. His first home game in Super League.
Yeah, it's the squareness from Farriman. Picks out Mago, that's a beautiful pass. And then he's got the presence of mind to support. As I said, Nsemba just looks lethal when he opens those legs. Some start for a young halfback. Obviously a long way to go in his career. A huge amount of learning that he'll be doing right now.
That's a call, mate.
And look, he's picking apart what has been the worst defence in the competition. So just to give some balance, it's an excellent start for him, doing everything that he can. But let's not get too carried away just yet.
Move back!
Good point, feet on the floor, firmly on the floor, I'm sure. He's making a name for himself tonight. And that was no doubt whatsoever. 15 minutes on the clock, Wigan leading 12-0. The win will take them back to the top of Super League. At the other end of the scale, coming to the end of his career, there was Farrell. Ellis involved again, and it's look at that.
Scary.
You like him, don't you?
Oh, well, he's just an athlete. He's so hard to handle. I've seen him just absolutely destroy defences single-handedly, bumping off the 3-man. It's a nice kick from Hampshire to the corner. It's just a bit overcooked, slightly overcooked. It's been a 7-tackle set from London on the 20. But yeah, I love everything about Junior Nsemba. Matty Peat comments about him. Incredibly coachable, diligent, wants to learn and improve his craft. They're all the things that you want to see from a young player, and he's got the athletic talent to back it up.
Surrender! Stand right in one.
And still only 19 years of age, John.
Scary.
Now this is better. Lovell couldn't quite get the ball out, but just shy of halfway, London. Yeah, the worst attack and the worst defence, but you've got to say that their reward for winning the championship and winning the £1 million game, they've just been given an impossible task, you feel. Many people were feeling they'd go the whole season without winning a single game. Well, Meadows puts a decent kick downfield. They have won a game, they've beaten Hull, and it's shadowed into touch there by Bevan French, and 17 minutes gone. Wigan leading 12-0. All the points from teenager Jack Farriman, but to Mike Eccles, the coach, impossible, isn't it? Impossible.
Yeah, they get a narrow window to recruit players once they got promoted from the Championship. In the light of the IMG grading system, it would almost be foolish for them to invest in a squad further than what they have. So they've got a mixture of full-time and part-time players, and they're playing against the world champions. That's the reality of it.
Well done.
I mean, David Hughes, the owner, has kept London going. His millions have kept this club in existence, and why are you going to spend $2 million on the salary cap when before a ball is kicked, it's highly unlikely you're going to be in Super League next year?
And that's what's happened for London. All they can do is approach games
Farriman it was with the offload to Wardle on the last, just inside the Broncos half of the field. O'Neill back for Hampshire. Decent kicking game from Hampshire so far. This time no mistake, taken well by Alex Walker. Made his Broncos debut 10 years ago, a real stalwart of the club. Meadows at dummy half. Here is Kershaw, their leading try scorer. 5 in 14 games, scored a try right at the end of the 50 points defeat they suffered against Saints last weekend. That was encouraging, by the way. Back at the Stoop, the best crowd for over 10 years, 5,500. Without a knock on. Play on. Leyland and Adabai just inside the Wigan half of the field. He was one of the doubts, Sadiq Adabai. Last couple of weeks he has been playing through the pain barrier. Kick forward, taken up again by French, but 2 decent sets, you have to say, from London. But here comes Bevan French. Knocks off one, knocks off another, still going Bevan French, and lucid. Eventually the ankle tap from Meadows slows him down and brings him down.
Yeah, unreal lateral speed from Bevan French, just stressing defences out by how quickly he can cover that ground laterally. He's a nightmare if you kick chasing and you're tired like the London team will be. The game just starting to bite now, 20 minutes in, and dangerous times.
Hampshire. Little dummy brought down there by Bassett. Now inside London territory once more.
4. Up now, Jacob and square. All the way, Matt, hold. Go for.
Havard is on for Liam Burns for Wigan. Wardle once more. And nowhere to go this time.
5.
Story and Kershaw bring him down. Last one for the Super League champions. Hampshire again will go high, challenging Kershaw. Does well under pressure there from Liam Marshall. Good take from Lee Kershaw.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Hampshire's kicking game. You know, he's not known for kicking the ball, but he's just chosen the simplest option every time, and that's to be accurate and pin London into corners. And it's worked for him. I think in a situation I can empathise with him. I've been in that situation. Is keep it simple, kick it to tidy areas. And that's how Wigan have dominated the field position here, just by being tidy with the kick and chase game.
You say you had a good kicking game?
Yes. That's why I did it in Super League for 15 years, Stuart.
It wasn't that bad, was it? I think that could be a kind of penalty to Wigan.
Zach gets pushed in the back.
Yeah, pushing
No, he's not. He's chasing
out of the
him.
way. Maloudi argued with the referee. Hakeem Maloudi not very happy. I think Liam Rushmere got this one right. Maloudi with the kick over. Yeah, it was Walker pushing Eckersley out of the way. Good spot by the ref. Penalty to Wigan.
It's a pretty harsh.
Over the halfway stage, 12-0 it is.
It's a pretty harsh one. Just a pretty harsh decision. I think is an argument they're competing for the ball. Anyway, we move on.
12-0.
Yeah, I think it's just the gentlest of nudges.
6-1, isn't it? I do remember your kicking game was quite good, to be fair.
Back James, hold.
Yeah.
On occasions.
I only had to do it because the club wouldn't sign a halfback, Stuart. Remember McManus being tight.
Move now, Jared.
And Sember, 12-0. Coming up for 22.
Okay, clear.
Farriman now and French. Great pass for Marshall. Marshall will go over for the 3rd try. That was brilliant. Started with Farriman. What a pass, though, from Bevan French. And for Liam Marshall, the try-scoring machine. 22 tries this season. 16 now in Super League.
Yeah, the left-hand side for Wigan is so strong, so potent. It's Farrell, Wardle and Marshall consistently coming up with points between them. But it's Bevan French's ball to Liam Marshall that just makes you take a deep breath. And I spoke about Ryan Hampshire on the other side of the field. If you're going to throw these long balls, they've got to be accurate and they've got to be fizzed to throw these long balls. they've got to be accurate and they've got to be fizzed so quick that defences can't readjust. That's fizzed and on the money. Liam Marshall doesn't have to alter his stride at all. It's just perfection from Bevan French. Again, Farrimond inside him contributing, but Marshall,
it was a no-look pass as well. It was a no-look pass because he knew his winger was going to be there.
Well, he's replicated this in the biggest stage. He did this in the World Cup Challenge against Penrith, albeit on the right-hand side of the field. What a finish, what a try, what a ball. Bevan French.
Man of steel. Bevan French, of course, won the Lance Todd Trophy at Wembley. Signed a new contract at Wigan and doing everything right. Bevan French is one of the superstars now of Super League and has been for a couple of years. Farrimond then, 2 out of 2 with the boot. 18-year-old. Prolific with the boot in lower grades. Let's see what he can do here off the touchline. Well, I don't think that even veered off the pass. What a kick. 18-0. And the teenager is having the night of his life.
Well, it was a delicious strike. Such a natural strike of the ball for the conversion. That's encouraging. Wigan have had troubles in that area. See, Harry Smith's had trouble in that area. It's nice ball movement from Wigan, but it's the accuracy and the speed of that pass and the timing of the pass from Bevan French that creates an easy, relatively easy finish for the prolific Marshall. Champagne from Wigan.
18-0 they lead. 24 minutes on the clock. Just having a look on the internet today, just to find out a little bit more about Jack Farrimond. There's a lovely picture of him as a 5-year-old, little 5-year-old with a scrub cap on, playing for Lee Miners, and that's where he was brought up. His love of rugby league has come through Lee Miners, and Wigan picked him up. And Semba.
Move now, Sadiq. Back and hold, wait. Go free.
London are fighting, they're giving it a go, they're being courageous, they are committed, they will stay committed, but just a golfing class, isn't it, John?
Yeah, golfing class, but they can compete. One thing they can't do is let people like Ethan Havard just fall through contact so easily. A lot of the breaks that London conceded have been through the middle of the field all throughout 2024.
Leeds now 10-0 up against Lee at Headingley. Big decision Leeds have got to make over their new coach. Will they bring somebody in for the rest of the year, or will they take their time? Tough call for Ian Blease, their new director of football, after the sacking of Rowan Smith. We shall see. 15 minutes to half-time here. 18-0 Wigan in front. And London get a penalty and a chance to relieve the pressure and just to get out from underneath their own posts.
Yeah, and Matty Pete leaving Patrick Mago on the field. Kesha falls between him and Ethan Havard. But interesting, 25-minute stint here from Mago. You know, Matty Pete using this as a training exercise for a man who doesn't get to play a lot of minutes, rarely starts games. You know,
I mentioned, John, that he's a third start in 77 games for Wigan. In fact, he's only started 4 matches in his entire career. His entire career in Super League in the NRL.
That's why he's on the floor now. Back play is gone.
Walker now, and a chance for Story. And a chance here for London to attack. Wardle, Farrimond and Farrell eventually let go of Robbie Story. Meadows. Tisson. Bassett now looking for a way through. Good tackle from Eckersley.
Yeah, I think Eckersley's got a lot of credit for his try at Wembley and maybe his attacking play. Well, I've been really pleased to see his composure defending in the toughest part of the field.
Maludi gets past Hampshire, but Eckersley's there and Semba's there. Hampshire comes back for more. A couple of tackles left. Well, this actually is the last one. They go the short side. Tisson! Hugo Tisson thinks he's scored. It could be a terrific individual try. Liam thinks he may have dropped it over. We're going to free as Ben Saylor. He will have the final call.
Thank you. We're just going in for the live call of no try. So on that one, you can just see the ball is in his hand and it does start to come away from that hand. I just need to make sure on the other angle, though, that he does keep hold of the ball. And if we just click on this there, and camera 9 might help me even better. So we've come away from this. He's lost possession of the ball there. Can't ground it there. So just go back. Once he's lost the ball, he has got to regain full control. He doesn't. Thank you. I've now made my decision.
Well, Hugo Tisson will be disappointed. Mike Eccles, the London coach, will be disappointed. He lost possession. It was good read and good defence from Zach Eckersley, but you've got to say, John Wilkin, he has to score there. He has to score.
Yeah, well, Eckersley actually got caught out. Stuart, he clocked off. They ran down the short side. There's nothing doing. Eckersley actually clocked off after me just giving him a rap about his defence. He's half a step too late to react. Look, he scrambles fantastically well. A great try-saving tackle, but he shouldn't have been in that position. Mike Pete won't be happy with his movements from dummy half there, from Marcus. Sorry.
Tisson had to score there.
He had to. Yeah.
12 minutes to half-time. Wigan leading 18 points to 0. And as I mentioned, London have given it a go, and they will continue to give it a go. Anabai with the tackle. Here is French again, looking for a way through, and it comes off Kershaw. That'll be 6 more as it falls nicely into the arms of Liam Marshall.
Yeah, the worry is that if Bevan French turns on exhibition mode, things can get messy very quickly.
Wardle expected to be involved for England next weekend in mid-season international against France. Here is Farrell.
Move, you going square. All the way.
You look back, Liam Farrell, this is his 15th year at Wigan. 15 years. Hampshire for French again in the line. Good tackle from Jared Bassett. London still committed. Leeming is on. Not the best of passes, but picked up on the bounce handily by Farrell. Always elusive, isn't he? Always been difficult to bring down the Wigan captain. Here is Leeming. Hampshire again. French with a long pass and eventually picked up on the bounce by Miskey, but it's gone forward according to the referee. And London again defend their lines well. Coming up for half an hour gone. And Wigan, as it stands, heading back to the top of Super League, leading 18-0.
Yeah, I don't think Bevan French actually, when he caught this, it's so important to catch the ball as you want to pass it. He didn't have a chance to re-grip the ball once he'd caught it. He had to throw it and it had such an uncontrolled flight on it. He caught it awkwardly. So the best players in the world will take that ball in, catch it and then be able to pass it. Andrew Johns catch it on his left hip and be able to fire it straight there. Bevan couldn't quite get that re-gripped in time. Missed chance.
Sorry, I know I shout you late, but you're offside from the scrum.
Penalty. Wigan all offside. Doesn't get any easier, by the way, for London after playing Saints here against the champions. 4 out of their next 5 away. Wigan, of course, then Leeds and Lee and Hull KR, and it'll continue to get tough for Mike Eccles' side.
Especially with the number of players they've got out, huge number of players missing. Parata, how important he's out missing. Natoli, Kennedy injured. Mike Eccles knows that his squad was bare going into the season.
Bassett now in space. Jared Bassett, has he got support? Brilliant from Bassett, the centre, inside and out of Bevan French. Did really, really well. I think he was brought down in the end by Leeming, but an opportunity here for London. Meadows possibly chooses the wrong option. Story had his hands on his head when Meadows decided to go inside. Here is Emmanuel Wayne on the field for London. Is there a try for the London Broncos? Hugo Tisson should have scored 5 minutes ago, but dropped the ball in the act of scoring. Meadows again, tipped on for Kershaw. Kershaw tries to go inside Wardle. The offload for Walker. Walker back to Kershaw. They're giving it a go. And they've got a penalty. They've got another penalty right on the line. So back-to-back sets for London. It was a terrific break, wasn't it, from Jared Bassett initially?
Yeah, exciting stuff from London, and just testing out that right-hand side of the Wigan defence and finding a line break. It's a high tackle from Harvey Hill. Just creeping high, and this is where London, they need to be ruthless. They need to get points. They must get points here.
Well, let's see. Going to get another penalty, I think, here. Wayne pushed off the ball as he was playing the ball.
Was it?
I don't think he has. If I've read it wrong, I apologise, really? But I think there is a push. Okay, we've got to tidy it up, William.
I don't like this.
Push. You go away there, in line.
He's just clearly tried to mill him.
Oh, hang on a minute. Wayne goes for the line. Emmanuel Wayne.
I don't like
stopped
that.
Over the line.
We've got to call that out. That's awful from him. So it's naff. Get it out of the game. Stop it. Grow up. Yeah.
John Wilkin has a big frown on his face to my left. I agree.
Yeah, he'd be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for him. Mike Eccles should whip him off now.
They're all through.
Not a happy man, John Wilkin. But he's right. We don't want to see what happens in football every day creeping into rugby league, but you're right, that was just play acting and the referee fell for it. Lovell brought down the London captain. Are there going to be points on the board? 7 minutes to go to half-time. 18-0 Wigan in front. Here is Leyland. Bassett again. Great story, Darren Bassett, the Aussie, who in the space of 4 years has gone from the Southern Conference to playing in Super League. Nearly had a try. Last one, Tisson puts it forward, but there's nothing doing. Bevan French, Abbas Miski just shadowing the ball behind, but
that might be
like Skittles, he took them out.
It might be the only way back into the game. Just take them out. Just get rid of enough Wigan players that we can win. But yeah, just overcook the kick, and then we can get the seven tackle set from the 20. But London have just settled into this, haven't they? Last maybe 5 or 10 minutes, started to get a little bit of a foothold in the game. Concede a penalty here. I mean, that's been a problem for Mike Eccles all year. Really, not necessarily giving penalties away, but ill-disciplined defence in their own half, allowing teams just to bleed out of their half far too easily. And we can get that opportunity, albeit through a penalty this time.
Jacob Jones, the guilty man.
Move Jacob and square.
Well, they could have had a couple of tries. Well, Hugo Tisson should have scored, shouldn't he? He dropped the ball in the act of scoring, and they've been close on a couple of occasions. Wigan's defence has been good. Very good, as it always tends to be. Sam Walters on. Missed out on playing at Wembley. Been injured until the last month or so, hasn't he? The big money signing from Leeds, Leeming. Ellis goes behind everybody, picked up by Zach Eckersley. What a story. Suspension for Adam Kieran. Eckersley parachuted in, playing at Wembley in his 5th appearance, and scored the first try in the cup final and won a Challenge Cup winners' medal 5 games into his career.
Yeah, it's some start to a Wigan career. Obviously Jack Farriman experiencing a similar sort of start to his here tonight.
French with the kick through. Did that ball come off Story? I think it did. Smiles for Bevan French.
In my opinion, it's a knock-on. We can't. No,
London contesting that it actually was played at. It may have come off his arm, but
you just said it's off your leg.
Let's have a look.
It's a scrum. Where do you want it?
It was played at, wasn't it?
Yeah, just touched by Story.
Yeah.
We can get possession here. It's a short kick. It was actually a poor kick from Bevan French, wasn't it? He just meaning that to skid across the ground, go low.
In my view, there is a push.
Hits it slightly high, hits Story's hand, but they get another set of 6 now. Midfield scrum. it's interesting. You have a choice how to split your defence up, and just look how big the spaces are either side. Now these opportunities are massive.
Well, they go to the right with Hampshire. French with the pass there to Miskey, and it's a strolling. It's an absolute strolling. The spaces were big, but the spaces were even bigger in the London Broncos defence, and Abbas Miskey once himself a Bronco, gets his 14th try of the season, and Wigan strike just before half-time.
Yeah, tidy professional first half. Abbas Miskey, 9th try of the year, and just how good's he been for Wigan? Obviously on the end of some fantastic plays on the inside of him. Hampshire makes the extra number by wheeling round the outside of the scrum. French is patient, steps off his right and feeds the ball to Miskey. Smart from Hampshire. It's a race then between your back rowers from London Breaking and Ryan Hampshire. Hampshire's always going to win that race. The spaces were way too big. Midfield scrums just looked threatening, looked dangerous, looked like there's space everywhere, and Wigan have taken advantage of that with just a few minutes left in this first half.
And they do that on the training ground countless times every week, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to engineer situations in games where you have an advantage in terms of attacking numbers versus defensive players, or you just sheerly have a huge amount of space, well, a midfield scrum in that situation is an opportunity to just go and attack. I don't think a lot of teams do sometimes, actually, frustratingly, but Bevan French, Wigan, Ryan Hampshire have done that with some first half from Jack Farriman, though. He's been the story of this opening 40 minutes.
Without a doubt. Home debut, 2 tries, 3 out of 3. Is it going to be 4 out of 4 with the boot for Jack Farriman? What a kick.
That's delicious.
It just made it look so easy.
Some people, it's natural, but you can tell the tempo of his conversions, the way he's kicked the ball with such confidence from difficult positions. But it's a try. Hampshire making the numbers, French with the footwork, Miskey with the easy finish. Great finish to this first half for the Wigan Warriors.
Yeah, Jack Farriman is the story. 16 points on his home debut for Jack Farriman. Wigan 24-0 up as we go into the closing stages of this first half. Here is Walters.
Move, Will, get square. Hold.
Only his 4th appearance, Sam Walters. Took him a while to recover from injury. Here is Marshall, one of the try scorers. Inevitably, the Wigan wingers score tries. Liam Marshall and Abbas Miskey.
Move now, James, all the way. Hold it, Ollie, wait. Go free. Good work. Play on.
Cruz Leeming.
Move, you go. Back. Hold. Play on. Go, 4.
Here is Farriman, little sidestep again. Oh, what an offload that is to Ellis. He's got support from French. The ball's still alive. Leeming finds Marshall. Marshall, a speculative kick across. It's going to be 6 to go. Liam Marshall, what on earth was he doing? But they get another set. Eckersley, London are hanging on, desperately hanging on. Well, that was a kick and hope from Liam Marshall, but it worked out all right. 40 seconds to go in the half. Are they going to get another try? Just short. It was Havard. Eckersley now in possession. The ball goes out the back door, but there was no one home, and somehow London survive, and it stays 24-0.
Yeah, nice. I think a different attack from Wigan there, less structure and more frantic, wasn't it? The Liam Marshall crossfield kick, offloads from Ethan Havard, offloads from Eckersley. You can do that when you're 24-0 up, can't you? They've earned the right to be able to do that. I don't necessarily think that's maybe how Mike Pete would have wanted to finish this half, but some half for Wigan Warriors.
Well, there is the half-time hooter. Wigan leading by 24 points to 0 and doing what they have to do. The star of the show on his home debut, 18-year-old Jack Farriman, who scored 2 tries. He's kicked 4 out of 4, and he has been outstanding. London have had a real opportunity, they've had a real go, but they've been no match for this man. Ferryman, 2 tries, Wigan 4 tries, and they lead 24-0 at the break. So Wigan get us underway at the start of the second half. (24-0). You can say there is no way back for London, but as we mentioned during that first 40 minutes, John Wilkin, they will stay committed, they will be committed. They got the bus up from their London headquarters at 9:30 this morning. Chilled out in a local hotel this afternoon. That's the way that they like to do things. They don't come overnight. They feel like they're prepared enough.
Yeah, there's just a golfing quality, isn't there? You know, you can prepare all you want, but the vast golfing quality between the Wigan Warriors and London Broncos, evident as it was evident last week when the Saints played them. They're just not able to compete at an intensity anywhere near the top teams. They've only managed to knock off Hull FC, who produced a really lacklustre performance against them, and a big challenge for them here for this not to get messy.
But French takes the ball well, and Wigan will mount an attack at the start of this second half. Yeah, just 6 out of the next 7 at home. Here against London, then Leigh and Saints and Warrington, Huddersfield and Leigh again, that rearranged match which was postponed at the start of the season when Wigan were busy winning the World Club Challenge against Penrith. Set restart as Leeming scampers to halfway.
Come on, Jacob!
Here is Sam Walters.
Yeah, he's going to be dangerous, Sam Walters, isn't he, for Wigan as he gets into his stride. A bad collarbone injury at the start of the season, like you said, Stuart, missed the bulk of the pre-season. But he's rangy, isn't he? Quick for a back rower, difficult to deal with.
Elusive, without a doubt.
Back and hold, Hugo.
Havard brought down. Here is Nsemba.
4, move, Jared! Back, hold, go 4.
Bevan French. Cade Ellis. Walters again. Cade Ellis has been brilliant this season, hasn't he? The Australian, wearing 13. It's a big jersey to fill in here at Wigan, isn't it? In the footsteps of Farrell and O'Loughlin, but he's been outstanding. There he is again. And Hampshire with a kick towards the corner. Up goes Miskey, manages to get the ball inside, but Eckersley can't quite hold on.
Yeah, he plays. Cade Ellis plays very much in the mould of a Sean O'Loughlin, and he's a threat for them. He's tidy defensively. We see him make a number of tackles in games, very tidy, but it's his ball movement that stands out. And when you've got people like Patrick Mago, Ethan Havard alongside you, Hill, young front rowers, and you're using them up and moving, manipulating defences, it makes Wigan very difficult to deal with. And let's not forget you've got Field and French out the back of it all. So it makes Wigan a very dangerous team.
And of course, holding all 4 trophies, aren't they? The World Club, the League Leaders' Shield, the Super League trophy, and the Challenge Cup added just a couple of weeks ago. Oh, good charge from Emmanuel Wayne down the middle. This is good. Has he got support? He has from Meadows, but what a hit that was from Abbas Miskey on, I think it was Hugo Tisson, wasn't it, in support. Miskey with an absolute cruncher on the Frenchman. On the last then, Leyland. Pressure on, but that was well taken by French once again. Safe as houses. Tell you what though, London have threatened, haven't they, a couple of times. They've managed to break down this left-hand side, challenging the Wigan right side defence.
Yeah, I think if one thing Matty Pete won't be happy with is them getting punctured through the middle of the field. And this is Ethan Havard just getting beat for footwork. That's sloppy from Ethan Havard. He won't be happy with that, but Miskey mops up tidily on the end. Big shot from Miskey.
I don't think Tison saw him coming, did he?
Go now. 4. Move now.
Leaving brought down. Yeah, just pulled up a bit there. I think he's holding his knee there, Cruz Leeming. He's in a bit of pain. They'll stop playing for a bit of attention there to Cruz Leeming.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like he's
knee or ankle.
Rolled his ankle, hasn't he?
Maybe.
His ankle's just got caught underneath in contact. I mean, the combination of Leeming and O'Neill, that's worked out fantastically well, hasn't it? O'Neill, who takes the sting out of games, takes the heat out of games, and then Leeming comes on. We see his ankle gets caught underneath. Ouch. So, but he could be important, Cruz Leeming. Matty Pete will be hoping this isn't a serious injury, because he knows how important having that balance of 9s in your team is. And like I said, Brad O'Neill doing a lot of the grunt, a lot of the hard stuff. Matt Pete knows he can bring Cruz Leeming on to just run and disrupt defences. Could be important.
Leeming gingerly getting up. He looks in some discomfort. Well, don't forget, we've got 2 big games coming up on Saturday on Sky Sports Rugby League, starting on Arena just before 3 o'clock. Hull FC, off the back of that victory over Leeds, taking on Warrington, who lost at Wembley, of course, and then beaten last weekend against Salford. Doesn't look too happy, does it, Cruz Leeming? The Catalan, who've lost 5 out of 6 at home to Huddersfield, who have already won massively in the south of France earlier this season in the Challenge Cup. 5:25 again, back-to-back on Arena.
Yeah, and if you look at the Hull FC Warrington game, 6 weeks ago you would have said that's a foregone conclusion. Cruz Leeming's going to leave the field, the right decision. It looked for a second. There's a yellow card being dished out in back play. There's a yellow card for Emmanuel Wayne in back play from the referee.
Well, that presumably is for the tackle, and interesting there, Wayne has just gone over and apologised, if he had to apologise, to Cruz Leeming. Wayne goes to the sin bin, Leeming goes off.
Yeah. It's called as a hip drop, isn't it? This looks like he's dropped all his weight through Cruz Leeming. That's why Wayne's been sent to the sideline for 10 minutes. So when you lose your weight, your hip falls down across the back of a player's legs. It's illegal. It's such a difficult one. I mean, there's no intent. There's just no intent in it. It's accidental, but we've decided that's illegal.
A touch harsh, but as John said, them's the rules.
Harsh, yeah. They can't afford to be losing.
No, down to 12 against one of the best attacks in the competition. Here is Abbas Miskey. Well, signed from London, very proud ex-London Bronco Miskey. Farriman there, crunching tackle, loses the ball. London force the error and they get it back. Good defence from the Broncos.
Yeah, it was James Meadows read the play from Cade Ellis. Cade Ellis again moving the ball. We said he's done that all evening. Farriman probably didn't get his depth right. Meadows with a great read, and London get possession back.
And Meadows there screaming at the referee for a penalty, saying that the markers weren't square. Here is Maludi.
Move out there! Hold there, Junior, wait. Jack, hold, Jack! Hold. Go,
Tison.
Move forward. 4! Move now!
I guess it's a thankless task. I mean, Mike Eccles has been in the situation, the London coach, a lot of the time, hasn't he, for London this season, with having to deliver a team talk at half-time, knowing that it's almost certain that he's going to lose the game. It's a thankless task.
He started the season knowing they're going to get relegated. Talk about thankless tasks. 2024 is a thankless task for him. You know, it's been difficult all year for Mike Eccles to rouse things from his team. And it doesn't get any easier, Stuart, does it? Doesn't get any easier for them.
Don't we need to see London in Super League, John?
I believe the game's stronger for having a presence in London. The people who vote on the system, on the grading system, obviously aren't so fussed.
Well, interesting as Wigan come again, Matt Peach, their coach, was very complimentary. And talking about complimentary, well, it was nearly an easy try for Wigan, but it was a complimentary pass from Liam Marshall inside to Kershaw. Yeah. That should have been a try, but again, London survived.
Yeah, it was Farriman again. He started that, and it got down to the end of it, and Kershaw, doesn't he do well? It's huge effort from Kershaw to get back. This is a try, isn't it? Marshall just going to toss the ball back inside. Kershaw, albeit 24-0, they're big efforts. This could be easy just to let Wigan just drift over the line there. This is magnificent defence from Wigan Warriors.
He pushed back and back and back until there was nowhere to go. Maludi does well inside for Bassett. Bassett with the offload to Walker. This is good stuff from London. Meadows brought down by Farriman on the last, but to their credit, and we've got to give them credit, they're trying to take this game to Wigan. Leyland with the kick downfield. That's a brilliant set. Is it just going to roll out? Just no, it doesn't, and French has to pick it up. He may well have had that.
But what Bevan French has tried to do is try to be clever here, straddle the dead ball line. The ball has to be moving. Yeah. The ball has to be moving when he straddles the dead ball line.
There's a dropout. Let's have a look. Yeah, good spot, John.
He's incensed because he believes the ball's still moving. It was a needless risk. He got this wrong. The ball was stopping. It had stopped at this point. Bevan French straddles the line. That's why it's a dropout under the sticks. He just had to pick that up and get out of there. He probably knew it.
Yeah. Guilty as charged, I think, Bevan French. Matt Frawley has got a third try for the Leeds Rhinos. 18-0 up against Lee. On a night where they're celebrating the life of Rob Burrow. London with an opportunity. Now, and Matt Peake was saying in the week, the Wigan coach, he wants to see a strong London. He wants to see the sport support London. And the long-term objective, he says, is for London to be successful. I think most people would go along with that.
Yeah, it needs vision and somebody to state that London's important for the game, that hasn't got a vested interest at a club where they pursue self-interest. What a ball.
Oh, what a ball to Kershaw. Is he going to get the ball back? The offload. Here is Walker. They've been unlucky, you know. They've had 2 or 3 opportunities to score tries.
Good scramble from Wigan, though. Great scramble from Wigan. Every time they've been punctured, Miskey's come up with a big tackle. Eckersley, big tackle.
Meadows puts it through and it's picked up. He picked his pocket, did Bevan French.
And that's the desperation that Wigan have. You can break Wigan. You can make a clean break against them. And in no way does that mean you're going to concede a try. You can fashion a cute kick through the middle of the field. But look at the effort from Nsemba. The effort from Nsemba's massive there. That would get overlooked. But when you're video reviewing a game, those small efforts that allow French to pick that ball clean, they're massive. And Wigan...
Farriman with a little sidestep again. Brilliant from the young man. He's got support both ways. It goes inside for Wardle, and Wardle gets Wigan's 5th try, the first of the second half. But take a bow, Jack Farriman. It took a little shimmy, a sidestep, dropped the shoulder. He was through, and he had choices left and right. He went left, and Wardle scores the try. All made by Jack Farriman, all scored by Jake Wardle.
And you track it all the way back to Junior Nsemba's effort to just allow Bevan French to clear his lines and get away from his try line. Big moment, big effort. And then once Farriman catches that ball, what's beautiful about that is the width at which he demands the ball past him. His ball to Wardle, and Wardle with an easy finish. It's the width of the ball. The width of this pass, it draws the defence out, and it's the left foot step. It's Lovell on the inside of the line, just gets seduced by the width of Farriman. Farriman sets him up and blows him away. Magic from... Wow! So good. So good from Farriman. And it's good, not just because he's made a clean break. He set that up. His width, his genius. And the ball from Brad O'Neill on the money. But understanding at that age how to toy with defensive lines, how to draw defenders out to you is quite special. A really great performance from him. He's not put a foot wrong yet here, has he?
No. The teenager, I have to say, is making John Wilkins' choice for player of the match very, very easy.
Yeah, we're conscious of talking him up too much. We've not seen enough of them. Like I said, this kid's got so much learning to do. He strikes them fantastic, doesn't he?
But he's done everything right tonight on his home debut, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's got a lot of quality around him. Junior and Sember, like I said, we can talk a lot about the tries, but look at this effort just to obstruct the run. That allows Wigan to get out of their end, and then the width of the pass, he knows he's setting that left foot up. He sets the left foot up with the width, and Wardle with the anticipation, Wardle with the support, Wigan with the try. But it's fantastic from Farriman. It's been fantastic all night from him.
And Sember, 19 years of age, Farriman, 18 years of age.
That's just exciting, isn't it? It's a thing.
That's what I said to you before, John. I mean, it's a real pleasure and privilege to be able to do this job and to see these young kids coming through at all the clubs. But these appear to be special talents.
And it's special to see them in a team that's so confident and playing well, and led by a coach like Matty Peat, who gives young players such confidence and freedom to perform within the team. Now that's a joy. Now there's challenges will come, isn't there, for Farriman and for Nsemba. Not really had any negativity or had any trouble to deal with in the career. That will come, that will test them, but such promising starts.
Here's French, the dangerous Devon French. Bassett and Chisel eventually bringing it down on halfway, 30 points to 0, 14 minutes gone in the second half. Emmanuel Wayne still in the sin bin for the Broncos, picked up on his own line by Alex Walker. The chasing pack is brilliant. That is magnificent. Oh, he got the ball out. Oh, is it a knock on? Did Walker get the ball out and it goes forward?
Yeah. Well,
it did go forward, but that was...
Well, have a look at the effort. It was 54 minutes into a game. You're 30-0 up. Wigan get the ball back here by attitude, by effort. Look, Eckersley and Sember, young players. Farriman joining, Miskey in there. Look, the ball comes loose. I'm not too concerned about how that ball comes loose. It's a knock-on, but it's an exceptional effort from three young Wigan players and Abbas Miskey. Exceptional. 54 minutes in, no need. You've won the game. Those moments are the moments that matter to coaches. And when you've got a strong culture, they're the moments that you're looking for.
A great opportunity here for more. Wardle, it's easy, it's very easy, straight from the scrum, all from a brilliant defensive effort. And Jake Wardle scores 2 tries in the space of 3 minutes. But it all came from a fabulous defensive effort. And from the scrum, Wardle strolls in for another Wigan score.
Yeah, and the theme is little efforts resulting in big rewards. It's a small defensive effort from a group of people allows Wigan to have field position to score this try. It's Eckersley and Sember, Miskey, Farriman joins it. That's exceptional attitude towards defence. And it just gives Wigan that midfield scrum they spoke, they're so dangerous from, and Wardle breezes in. It's a nice line from him. But it's the defensive efforts that have allowed Wigan the opportunity to score points so far in this second half. Again, Hampshire making the extra number. A beautiful flat pass to Jake Wardle. It's just a gorgeous 5 minutes of rugby league from Wigan. And Sember running off a kick chaser, French getting out, Farriman scoring, and then a defensive effort for the Jake Wardle try. Magic.
Wardle, by the way, 2 tries in in the space of 3 minutes. They're his first Super League tries since March.
Yeah, I give Farriman the try there, didn't I? Just realised. It's his try. I'm giving the first Wardle try to Farriman. It's all his.
Is it going to be 6 of the best with the boot for Jack Farriman? Never in doubt, was it? Again, as soon as the ball left the boot, he looked away, he picked up the kicking tee and he ran away. 36-0.
Yeah, he knew he liked it. He's not put a foot wrong. They said Hampshire just making the extra number. Wardle drifts to the defender's outside shoulder. It's a smart running line from a smart running centre. He knew it was good. He knew it was good, did he?
Yeah. That swagger. Honestly, the best scrum halves, and you've played with some belters, they have to have a bit of swagger.
Yes, they're confident, aren't they, naturally? They have to be dominant and talk a lot, and you're looking for them to be confident.
You played with one of the very best, arguably the best of the Super League era, didn't you, in Sean Long, and he had it all.
Yeah, he was unique with Sean.
And Semper with the run, 36-0, 20 points on a home debut for young Jack Farriman.
Move, you go! Like over his like Brad Holt. Go for play on.
Mago.
Big night for him, a useful night in terms of just getting him up to speed. He's made a mistake here. I mean, the accusation about Patrick Mago is when he's tired, he gets a little sloppy. Matty Pete will be delighted he's got a lot of minutes out of him here. Just really test his engine, push him, get his rev limiter high and see how he goes. A mistake there, but a useful night to be able to just get minutes out of the big man.
Well, we're approaching an hour gone, 36 points to nil. It's going to be the result that we expected.
You go ahead in.
And I think overall, Matty Pete will be delighted with what he's seen. Maludi, nowhere to go. Who was in there making the tackle?
Yeah, Junior December's just dripped in class. The way he plays the game, you can get carried away watching him running. The big athlete that he is, Matty Pete knows what an asset Junior December is to him, but it's his detail that's great. His details, something you can build a defence around. He's been that good.
Tison.
Run with it. You move forward a bit on the point of the ball. 4, move Brad, Jack, back. Go 4. Okay.
Oh, good hands. Chance now for Anabai. Trying to go through there, Sadiq Anabai, but great defence on the last it is. And Tison, it was a poor kick. He was caught in 2 minds.
Indulge me here. Junior Nsemba's at a different level because we rarely get the opportunity to talk about little moments of quality in games. We get obsessed with tries. We get obsessed with people who make breaks. We get obsessed with speed. But when you see somebody that's a break
talking
from
of
Marshall,
speed, here's Liam Marshall. Marshall's got support from Farriman. Marshall may go himself. He bumps off one. Marshall's still going. Oh, Marshall's got Farriman who bumps on. Oh, would you believe it? A hat-trick on his home debut was on a plate for Jack Farriman. And he puts the ball down.
Well, the irony is me talking about how we get obsessed with speed, and then one of the quickest men in the league shows us why. I apologise, Liam Marshall. This is equally as exciting. What a break from him. Bumped 2 or 3 defenders off. Farriman was in the clear. This was a hat-trick chance. He catches that and he's in. Hey, look, you're not upset if you're putting your hat-trick chance down. If that's the first minute of the game, it might be different, but he's done enough.
For me, that's it. He's ruled out a player of the match. That was a hat-trick on his home debut. Yeah. But there's still time.
Yeah, I think London have showed here.
Yeah, I think it's forward.
Yeah, forward pass. But what London have showed is when they have the ball, they can cause problems, but there's a complete lack of attention to detail with how they defend. And especially against Wigan, you need to have every single player in your team tuned in to defending. And they just haven't had that all season, really. Threatening with the ball.
Well, Lovell there, the captain, disputing the decision with the referee. But
watch this from December. He gets back, there's no right. That angle, it's difficult to see. He has no right or reason to be back there. The break was made, but he just kept moving.
Eckersley. And they're queuing up for another try. 6 tries, 6 goals, 36 points. Good run. Another of the youngsters, 20 years of age, Harvey Hill. O'Neill. Hampshire finds Ferryman. Will still be hunting down a hat-trick after blowing that opportunity a couple of moments ago. Hampshire. Havard does well. Still plenty of opportunity in this set. That's a good pass from French. French gets it out the back door. But it's a forward pass to Miski and it won't count. Bevan French thought he set up the try. Abbas Miski thought he scored the try, but it's forward pass and it stays 36-0, 18 minutes to go.
Yeah, French just double pumped it, didn't he? He thought he was going to throw it first time. If he had, it would have been a try for Miski. He sort of second-guessed himself, and it was just that fraction, the delay. Here he pumps it and then throws it. He was trying to avoid Hakeem Maloudy, who did a great job actually getting in the way of obstructing the first pass. The second one, Miski just got his timing a little bit wrong. It's a tidy finish, but forward pass for Wigan.
Quite rightly, we've thrown the spotlight on the 2 teenagers, Junior and Sember and Jack Ferryman. I think you picked him out for his kicking game in the first half, but I think Ryan Hampshire's been excellent as well for Wigan tonight, coming into that half-back role. Of course, they've rested Harry Smith again tonight, which has given Ferryman his chance, but Hampshire's impressed too.
Yeah, it's important to have players in your squad who can do a number of roles, and Hampshire fills that, doesn't he? He can slot into a number of positions, incredibly fit, and a useful player for Matty P when your squad's being tested by injuries.
3, move Ryan, back. Go free. Still free.
102 tries for Wigan this season. Abbas Miski tried just before half-time, brought up the century. 2 tries in the second half for Jake Wardle.
Sam all the way, hold. Go for it. Okay.
Still having a go, still looking to put points on the board. Walker. Good defence again. And Sember's in there once more, and they're trying to throw him into touch. There's the youngsters, Hampshire, Eckersley and Sember. On the last, Leyland just about gets the kick away. Under pressure. On the fly, French. It's 3 men he beat before crunching tackle coming in from Meadows, I have to say. Assisted by Bierneck. Marshall up to halfway.
Release well. 2, hold.
15 minutes to go.
You're not there, Matt. Good now.
Liam Byrne. With Luke Thompson and Mike Cooper also given a rest for Wigan tonight. First mistake by Sember, and Bassett now has got an opportunity. Has Bassett got the legs? Big covering come across from Wigan. Bassett is there. Ferryman tried to bring him down. Bassett still going, but Wigan eventually managed to bring down Jared Bassett. He's made 2 or 3 really clear breaks. And it was Abbas Miski who came across and made the tackle in the end. Tisson, and that's a poor pass from Robbie Story. And another opportunity goes to the London Broncos. Bassett with a fabulous break. But Lee Kershaw given an impossible task.
Well, it's the story for London Broncos here, is able to break Wigan at times, able to trouble Wigan at times, but never able to finish it off. Look how many Wigan shirts are in the frame. Look how quickly we can get back and reorganise the defensive line. Even if Kershaw catches this, Sam Walters has him. The scramble from Wigan's been impressive. Look, 36-0. Obviously, the tries that Wigan have scored have been impressive, but their application and the defensive attitude is almost as pleasing for coach Matty P, I'd assume.
Well, if spots, cuts and shoulds don't score tries, do they? But really, they should have had at least one try.
You've got to credit Wigan. They've come up with some big tackles. They've scrambled. Wow. Oh, it's on at Headingley. On at Headingley.
Yeah, 10 or 12 minutes to go. It was 18-0 to Leeds. It's now 18-10. Lead back in business. Pape with a try. Moylan with a try too. They're big guns there. Only 2 tries in the second half for Wigan. O'Neill and Byrne punches a hole in that defence. It was good tackle in the end. Let's set restart.
Freak.
Yep. Matt Davis a little too eager. And then Ethan Havard far too eager.
I will say this, Cade Ellis leaving the field has exposed, you know, actually how pivotal he is in the middle of the field. When it comes to ball movement between their big men, he's by far the most competent at it. Now that responsibility's maybe fallen on Ethan Havard, on Liam Byrne, on Hill. And the development for those players is to be able to execute players like that as well as Cade Ellis does. So when he's not on the field, they don't lose any effectiveness.
Claiming a high tackle there by Liam Byrne. On Jack Hughes, not given. 36-0 it is. We've got around about 12 minutes to go. Quite rightly, we've talked a lot about Wigan and their talent in the squad, but London have been resilient, haven't they?
Yeah, the second half's been better. Wigan have changed things up, haven't they? And as I said, Cade Ellis going off the field and a number of changes. Wigan's defensive attitude's been exceptional. London have always, all the way through this year, have looked exciting. When they organise shape like this, through Meadows, through Leyland, they can create things with Walker, but ultimately, there's 2 sides to a game, and unless you address, for me, the most important side, the defensive side, you can be as pretty as you like, you're not going to win games.
Well, they concede an average of 40 points a game in Super League this season, and they're there or thereabouts, aren't they?
They're only averaging 10. Now, Meadows finds touch, just drills the ball, just kills some time. There's an intrinsic link between attack and defence. If you defend poorly, it impedes your attack. If you attack poorly, it hinders your defence. We've seen Rowan Smith, the Leeds Rhinos coach, be sacked because of a lack of awareness of the link between how you defend and how you attack. You know, Mike Eccles and this London team, with just a restricted amount of quality, at the start of the year went out and said, well, we're not going to play and go toe-to-toe with teams, so we're going to have to try and do something differently, which I respect. But their defence is ultimately their biggest issue.
You talk about the try scoring, I mentioned, didn't I? Now 102 tries for Wigan this season. London has scored just 28.
They just don't have the ball enough because they spend way too much time getting marched down the field like this by teams like Wigan, week in and week out, and Wigan just lap up the meters, get down the field easily, and then it becomes increasingly difficult to do anything with the field position that you've got.
Evan French looking for a way through, scrambling, offloads to Hampshire here. Again, a couple of missed tackles, runs across the line. Farriman with that dummy and little jig through. Good tackle in the end by Hughes. Bevan French now and Eckersley, Zach Eckersley, the ankle tack from Jared Bassett, who's been a real attacking threat, hasn't he, for London. That's the turnover. The Broncos get the ball back. 36-0, 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think important 10 minutes for Wigan. They'll just look to get through this last 10 minutes and be healthy. You know, Jay Field is obviously missing. Harry Smith being rested, Thompson rested, Cooper rested. These are important minutes for players to get some miles in the legs, get some Ks in the legs. I think Hakeem Maloudi tries to offload the ball. It's deemed to be back to 1. As a Wigan hands touched it, so London get another set of 6. But these are important minutes in terms of your conditioning going forward for the Wigan middles, especially.
Move, Junior, all the way. Keep working.
Well, London managed to get a late try in their defeat at Salford a couple of weeks ago. They got a very late try in their defeat at the Stoop last weekend when they were beaten by St Helens. Can they get points on the board here? Maludi for Walker, looking for a way through. Alex Walker with the offload to Davis. This is decent again from London. Meadows and Lovell. Robbie Story.
Time off, tackle 3. Doctor's on.
There's a player in backfield. That may well be, is it Lewis Bierbeck who's down being treated in backfield?
Yeah.
That would be a blow for London on top of the many injuries that they have already. Seems to be holding his left shoulder, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's growing, that list, isn't it? McCarney, long time injured, Butler injured, Leyland injured in pre-season, Campagnolo injured, Parata injured, Natoli and Kennedy suspended. So it's important for Mike Eccles that he keeps being fit here, or he is fit.
Lewis Bierbeck, he missed a great chunk of the season, only come back 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he's an important part of what London are trying to do. Didn't look good, but it's better than it looked because he's able to carry on.
Move, Harvey, get square.
May go back on for Wigan. Davis at dummy half. Adebayo. Here's the consolation for London in this last 8 minutes or so. Last tackle. Leyland goes to the corner. Picked up by Maludi, but he's got nowhere to go. It was as if there that Miskey and the Wigan defenders were just waiting for him to catch the ball because they knew they had him covered. 36-0, 8 minutes left.
Yeah, penalty to Wigan. Bevan French will clear the lines. London fans obviously feeling down about things, and you know, they've got a lot to be optimistic about. With such minimal resources, no time to prepare a squad. They're in Super League, their brand is in Super League, that's a positive. You know, we've just got to see what the future holds for David Hughes and for Wigan. I think a lot of people are positive about the entity of London Broncos, sorry. But it needs support from the game.
Spot on. Absolutely spot on. They go on the road again, by the way. In a couple of weeks, same night that Wigan plays Saints, London play Castleford at Ebbsfleet in Kent.
Move, Robbie! Back!
Are there any more points on the board for Wigan? 7 minutes to go. French, almost walking pace. Here's Hampshire now. And Semba. Too often London are missing tackles, the first tackle, aren't they? O'Neill, last one in this set. French with a little kick over the top, and it's taken by Walker. Looks for support, swivels round. Thought better of offloading. Probably a good idea because it may well have ended up anywhere. Here is Kershaw.
A bit of showboating from Bevan French, almost walking and passing, and then he's just idling, chip over. It's all too easy for him out there.
Still two clear.
Maludi. The Rugby League aficionados out there. 14th of September 1980 when the London brand was born. You may remember, John.
Absolutely, it was -3.
They played Wigan. Of course, it all started as Fulham back in those days, all the way back in 1980, and they beat Wigan on that famous day. But they're still going. Avon Crosswich, they're still going.
Outside and clear, give 10 minutes.
Some nearly 45 years later. As we mentioned, a lot of that certainly in the recent in the recent past, the last 10 years, is down to their owner, David Hughes, who's pumped millions in to keep the club going.
Yeah, as do a lot of owners in Super League. You know, we're dependent upon private ownership and wealthy people investing money. In fact, sport all over the world is dependent upon private individuals who pump resources into clubs. And David Hughes just one of a list of many who are doing that in our competition.
A little under 5 minutes to go. Betfred player of the match, John Wilkin, will decide. The ball goes to ground, and London still going with Bassett. Bassett does well. Good tackle from young Harvey Hill. But it was round the neck, so it's a penalty.
It's just
to London.
Fraction high from Hill, wasn't it? Good scramble again. A break from London. Good scramble. Hill just catches him. A little bit high. But that image is actually what will please Matty Pete. I think he'll be disappointed at how many times Bassett and how many times London Broncos have broken them down and made breaks. They've actually made 4 or 5 clean breaks, but the scramble from Wigan's been excellent. You know, their effort to really ensure that scoreboard retains a 0 has been exceptional. Thomas Luluai next to him.
So a chance in the last 3 or 4 minutes for London to put points on the board. Your player of the match, John.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to give it to Junior Nsemba just because of things like this. His attitude, his effort, his work rate has been inspirational. But I simply cannot give it to anybody but Jack Farriman. Unbelievable performance.
On his home debut, only his second Wigan performance, 2 tries, 6 goals, 20 points. Teenager Jack Farriman is the Betfred player of the match. The story tries to go through for London. Looking for points in the closing stages. Leyland. Lewis Biernack bravely going on despite that shoulder injury. Stopped a yard away from the try line. You can see he's Hersing gingerly gets up and plays the ball. Here is Meadows. Meadows for Maloney, but he was down the blind alley, has to come back inside. Hakeem Maloney. Here is Leyland, still trying. Still desperate to get some points on the board. He's hurting, isn't he? Lewis Biernack in back play. Last one, Meadows clips it forward, and the ball bouncing all over the place. It's picked up by Lovell, and he's not able to get the ball down. And who is it underneath the ruck who makes the challenge, makes the tackle? But Jack Farriman, and I'm pretty sure he's helped stop the try, the player of the match. What a tackle from young Farriman. Wigan made a mess of that behind their own line, but it was Farriman who stopped Lovell.
Yeah, fantastic. And again, an example of how desperate Wigan are defensively when it comes to defending their own line. It was scrappy, but sometimes great defence doesn't have to look beautiful. It can be anything and work, and Wigan have made the scramble work for them tonight.
Biernack. It was Hughes who was stopped initially by the line. They've got a set restart. They've got another opportunity. Davis at dummy half. And is that a try for Hughes right at the end? As he managed to scramble through and put the ball down. That could be a London try right at the end. The video ref will decide. But on the field, he's saying no try, Liam Rush. Ben Thaler, over to you.
So live call, we have a try on field. We're just watching this in full speed. No try on field. We're just watching this in full speed. Thank you. Can't really see on this angle what happened. So okay, I don't have a clear view of the ball there. So on here, if we look at this, the player reaches out, is in possession at that point, then actually there. So the ball is clearly short of the line, it's then propelled forward, but the hand is now off the ball. and it's grounded with his forehand, which he can't do. So it's grounded in the field of play and then rolled forward, which it comes off the hand, and therefore that is a knock-on. Thank you, I've now made my decision.
Well, they have come close. They've come so close on 2 or 3 occasions. It is a no try. Jack Hughes was an inch away, but John Wilkin, what a good call from the referee, Liam Rush.
Great call from Liam Rush. Well, he spotted that live. You know, we had a number of replays, number of times to look at it. He's called no try on field. And as we know, with the referees having to give a decision and put it upstairs, either try or no try, that could be crucial. Well, he nailed it, didn't he? Just short and rolled over. Now at full speed, Liam Rush has absolutely spotted that. Well done, the referee.
So a minute and a bit to go. Hughes denied a try in the act of scoring in the first half. Hugo Tisson should have scored, dropped the ball over the line in the act of scoring. Bassett has come close a couple of times. London have come so close to scoring. But it looked like they're going to be nilled by the Super League champions. And here's Eckersley now, they're looking for more. Oh, good ankle tap. Well done, Jared Bassett. He's had a good game for London, Bassett, in attack and defence.
Great game.
That stopped a certain try, but they've got numbers out wide on the left. And here's Mago! Mago on the go! And Mago stopped just short. 30 seconds to go, still a chance for a try. For another score for Wigan. Hampshire. Harvey Hill brought down.
Move Jack, wait.
36-0 it is, last 20 seconds. Brad O'Neill. London holding firm, just about.
5 turnover.
But they look out on their feet, Stock there with the tackle. I think they've managed to bring him down. And that was on the last. It'll be a turnover. It won't make too much difference. There is the final hooter. Wigan victorious. They will go back to the top of Super League. But what a night for young Jack Farrimond on his home debut, only his second game in a Wigan jersey. 2 tries, 6 goals, 20 points. Defensively, absolutely superb. 18 years of age. Wigan win, but the story tonight is about an 18-year-old from Lee playing for Wigan called Jack Farrimond.
Sensational. What a night for him. And for Matty Pete and the development system here at Wigan Warriors to produce yet another, looks like a star of the future. 36-0. Dominant from Wigan. Not without a few issues. They were broken defensively a fair few times, but as I mentioned throughout the commentary, just a willingness to thwart any attempts London had to score points, and a tidy performance in terms of the attitude and attention to detail from the Wigan Warriors. Jack Farrimond, exceptional. Junior Nsemba, exceptional. 2 young, absolute superstars. Junior Nsemba's had the spotlight on him all season. We've known about him. The NRL know about him. Well, Jack Farrimond, we've just had a glimpse. One more finesse than the other maybe, but the effort and the intent from Junior Nsemba tonight was mesmeric at times.
So Nsemba with another great performance. Jack Farrimond with the standout performance. Wigan victorious. London valiant as always, committed, and they had the desire, but they just couldn't get the job done with ball in hand. Several opportunities to score, came up short, but they gave it a go. And we'll be hearing from the player of the match, Jack Farrimond, when we come back. Farrimond, the star of the show, and Wigan winning by 36 points to 0.